Well, I'm looking for our normal guys. I think we're one down, but we'll go ahead and get started. We're really making good progress as a football team. We've been able to double rep, and that's just providing a great number of opportunities for not only our quarterbacks, but for a lot of the positions. I think we're making great progress with some depth at the offensive line. We are working Latrell Bible from tackle. We moved him back. He's working some center and guard position and doing some good work there. I think our receiving core is really coming around. Isaiah Nair, we believe, is going to be a great deep threat. He's got excellent speed, a great catch radius. Continuing to work on parts of our kicking game today. We worked on blocking punts and made it through another practice. It was practice 4 in full pads, and we'll get ourselves ready to continue to move forward. So at this time, I'll open up to questions. Yeah, Michael.
Greg, I saw Gunnar Gentry posted on Instagram something about it sounded like it was an injury. What happened with him?
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Gunnar's got a patellar tendon that was either misplaced or torn or something, but he's going to be out for several months. And I would say anytime I make these statements, sometimes I overestimate the amount of time that they're going to be out, but I would think it'd be doubtful that he'd be back at the first part of at least fall. He may miss all of fall, depending on his rehab. He was having, a really good practice, and we were excited about that. Unfortunately, he's going to be gone for a while, but the word I've got from our sports medicine crew is that he'll come back at 100%. It's just probably not going to be as soon as what we need him. Yeah, Cody.
Craig, obviously the unfortunate news about Tony Evans Jr. this week. What are your emotions like? I mean, unfortunately, this is something that you've been through twice in the last 3 years, losing a recruit. How tough has this been for you personally?
Well, it's really hard. Young people with such a great outlook and a bright future. And we were certainly excited about Tony joining our program. And what also even makes it more close to home is when I was a young coach at Tulsa, he was our starting running back. His father was. And so I knew his dad. I know his dad. His dad's in law enforcement. It was heart-wrenching just to see anything. And, I mentioned that we want to certainly support his family. Coach Grant and I will be traveling down to Dallas-Fort Worth, for some of the events that they have there for Tony Jr. But it's really hard. And, I mentioned to Tony Sr. that, we expect to bury our parents. We just don't ever expect to bury our children. And so a violent loss of life that should not have happened. Unfortunately, that's part of our society right now. Anything else? Not much going on? Yep. Cody, you got to throw another one in there, okay?
The university announced today that they're going to lift mask mandates for the spring football game. That's got to be exciting to get some people in the stands. No masks, hopefully.
Yeah, you know what? I live in a little bit of a cocoon over here. We're making steps forward. We're having more and more of our players vaccinate, and I think our whole staff has been vaccinated. And so, we're really encouraged about that as we take steps forward to coming back to some, normal parts of life. And so appreciate our administration for making that decision. And, we're certainly in hopes that come September 4th, we'll have the stands full as we get ready to play the Bobcats of Montana State. Anything else? Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Greg.
Yep. Who's up next? Yeah, Tex and Garrett. How you feeling? Pretty good?
You just see the email we got?
I get the feeling from looking at that it means that possibly if he decides he wants to come back, there won't be a scholarship available.
Certainly has a different tone to it, doesn't it?
I don't think Jeff's a guy that either you want to play for him or you don't. He doesn't. The in and outs or come back and forth aren't going to hit with him real well.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, I thought the other guy was a better guard anyhow.
I did too. Ducel's really good on both ends.
Yeah. And like I said, you're bringing in the kid from Utah. He can't be horrible, right?
No. And he played at what, San Antonio?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And it opens up what? There's 2 scholarships open now? 2 additional. So say you could look in the transfer portal, it seems pretty full.
They make transferring to. I don't think they should make transferring that easy unless the coach leaves.
Yeah.
I think if a coach leaves, that the kid should have the option that they could leave if they want, because a lot of times that's the reason they went to that school.
Hey guys, I got X here for you. Michael, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Hey, X, how's it going, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good. When you look around this, you guys are back on the field, you look around your running back room, just how impressive and exciting is that whole group, especially with Titus being back now?
Oh, it's very exciting just because, all the guys that opted out, they get an extra chance and, extra opportunity to come out and get better and make plays. So having everybody back, is having a chip on our shoulder and, it's very exciting.
X, you make any goals this offseason? I know, just weird little injuries keep popping up during the season. How important is it for you to play a full 12 games? And you're really getting up there in the numbers to where, a big season, you're going to be up there in the top 3 all time in school history.
Yeah, that's crazy that you mentioned that, just because, I was thinking to myself, I haven't been playing football and haven't been, through 12 games without an injury. So that's something that, that's like one of my biggest goals that I'm trying to focus on is, what can I do to stay better and stay longer on the field and just, be more of a durable back instead of trying to be, leaning more towards injury prone. So that's just something that I always thought about. And, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So that's a great question.
Hey, X, how much has Trey Smith meant to you as far as being able to get an occasional blow and maybe stay a little stronger?
Trey means a lot to me, and a lot of people might not know that just because, they think we're, going at the same position. So it's like, we got to look at it like 2 different things, but that's not the case with me. Trey's always been a big help, no matter who's starting or, get those reps. But, him bringing experience from Louisville and, just helping me out of what, things that I can see on the field and me doing the same thing, vice versa. So, it's everything kind of goes hand in hand with me and Trey. And, I'm just very excited to have him on my side. That's my boy.
Does it help too that you can get a few plays off every now and then and kind of catch your breath?
Most definitely. Just, for him to get his time going and get his reps in, for me to take a blow, I like how the rotation is. So.
X, when you look at durability, is it training differently? Is it lifting differently? Is it running differently? Like, how do you kind of balance wanting to be that same running back, but knowing you kind of have to change something.
Yeah, but me, I think I was kind of looking at it as, just doing everything that I've been doing these past couple of years, but, spending more time on like the little things as far as like, being in the training room or, just, treating my body because, the money makers are my legs. So if I don't take care of my legs, I'm not going nowhere. So.
X, you got a new offensive line coach, a new offensive coordinator. What are your early thoughts on those guys?
Just take it day by day, play by play. I believe in Coach Bowl and what he's done, hiring those two guys. And, I love Coach Polisek and I love him in his offense. I love his energy. And I love the new O-line coach as well. Those guys are always, if they're a part of our family, I'm gonna call them family. I'm gonna take them in with open arms. So all I gotta do is just go out there and do my things and believe that they're gonna put us in the best position to make plays.
Are you noticing anything different at all so far with the offense compared to Vegan's offense? And how much do you look forward to getting more involved in the passing game? Because you've had a lot of success out of the backfield.
I'm very excited. Coach Polisek, he's putting us in different positions where we can, catch the ball out of the backfield. And that's, one thing that I'm trying to improve in my game is, catch the ball and, be more of a slasher. So, whatever I could do to help this team, just, better ourselves and better our offenses, I'm kind of excited for that. Just, taking what Coach Vegan did and just expanding it a little bit more, which I thought Coach Polisek is doing.
X, what has it been like having Sean Chambers back? We talked to him a couple days ago, and he was just really excited. I mean, can you kind of feel his energy being back on the field?
Honestly, like I'm gonna be real honest. I feel really good about Sean. Just how he's going about things. Nobody. Honestly, I don't remember a guy that's been through, the injuries that Sean's been through in the last 3 years, especially as a quarterback, because nobody would ever think a quarterback would go through those injuries 3 years in a row. So what Sean is doing for himself and the rest of the offense, just keeping himself in high hopes and keeping us around him in high hopes, Sean is it's a different swagger he's got going on. And, I appreciate him having that mindset because, all of us are watching Sean and he knows that, but, he knows that he has to come out here with an attitude to display to all of us. So Sean's doing a hell of a job with that, and I commend him for that.
We got any more questions, guys?
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, X.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, X.
Mike, my phone's doing that wonky thing again. I might need your help again.
Okay, yeah, I split it up into like 3 different things, so I'll just send over.
I did too, but it's registering so low for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That's weird. Yeah, I'll send it over for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here Thursday either. Do you mind sending me Thursday?
No, man, for sure.
Right on. Thank you.
Who do you say our other person was going to be? Did you not say?
I don't think he said.
Guys will have Garrett Crawl.
Okay.
Going to say my vote's for 88, please.
Mike, I think it's Garrett Kroll.
Don't you have a Rockies game you should watch?
It doesn't start till 8 o'clock. They're playing in Los Angeles tonight.
Okay.
I've already been through their 4 Zoom calls pre-game. I'll have 3 more after game. Getting very good at running the tape recorder.
Well, good luck to the Rockies.
They need more than good luck.
I'll wait for the coverage. Hey guys, we got Garrett here. Tracy, since you've been on so many Zooms today, why don't you start us off?
Oh, great. Thanks for the opportunity.
Out here.
Garrett, what does the extra year mean for you?
Shoot. It gives me an opportunity to get better for sure personally and take my game to the next level. Gain weight and get faster like I did this offseason. But more importantly, it gives us a chance to win a Mountain West championship, and that is the most important thing and the only goal that I truly have in mind. So that's why I came back and be with my family here. So.
Garrett, I heard during quarantine when you were back home that you had to borrow some equipment from the high school and turn your garage into a makeshift weight room.
Yeah. Well, I actually had to start with I don't even know what this old rusty rod was. I found it on one of the barns, and I just put some paint cans on the end of it. And then my coach, after about 2 weeks, helped me out, and so he gave me a rack. So it was probably, it was better. I didn't need a tetanus shot, so it was pretty good to get that stuff. But it was helpful. Coach Smith, I mean, some of y'all had a chance to talk to him. He's a good dude, so he's doing anything he can to help me.
Garrett, I know you went through a lot last year with injuries and the COVID protocol. How are you feeling now? Do you feel 100%?
Yeah. Shoot, honestly, this is probably the best I've felt since before I broke my foot in 2018. So it's a pretty good feeling. It took a little while, but I got it.
Garrett, as a team captain, did you guys accept the opt-outs back with open arms? Have you seen that throughout the program?
Yeah, I mean, the thing was like they obviously weren't there for a hard year, but they come back and work and pick up where they left off, and everyone was willing and accepting. It's just that's pretty much how it was. Is obviously you can't make up for missing time, but they came back and they all had good attitudes and had a great winter, and things just kind of all came back together. So
on the flip side, what does that mean to have Solo back on the other side of you? And do you just envision the damage you guys can possibly do this season?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely nice having him back. A big guy that is also good to have is Tegan Leofau. He missed time. He's up in the 250-pound range now, moving different. Same thing with Jalen Payton, Devon Harris. I mean, it's pretty exciting to see all the depth we have. I mean, every day is a competition now. So definitely good to see Solo, and it's great to see those guys. They've elevated their games a lot this offseason. So I'm excited for them to show everyone how they've improved.
Yeah. COVID aside, how disappointing was last season, just the way it played out for you guys on the field? Forget about the cancellations and that stuff. Yeah,
incredibly, when you look at the talent and then look at the record, it doesn't really add up. And that's what I struggled with the most, was seeing how many talented guys we had out there, and we just weren't finishing games like we should have. And it's hard to point a finger to where that exactly comes from. But I think we've done a good job this offseason, us captains talking to Coach Bull and Coach Donovan, Coach E down in the weight room he does so much for the program and has made us such more of a family down there and accountable to each other. So I think with that help, we've, me, Sean, Chad, Keegan, some other guys, have been able to kind of come together and try to piece together what happened last year and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Speaking of team captains, Garrett, we saw, piggybacking off Mike's question earlier, we saw a very giddy Sean Chambers a couple days ago. What's it like having him back in the mix and seeing him healthy and running around a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's a ton of fun. I mean, when I was home, I was like back here for the Nevada game because I've been playing it. So when that happened, like I immediately texted him, like just said, "I love you, bro. Like I'm here for you, bro. I love you." Just text him. Obviously didn't have his phone, but I was like about in tears back here. So to see him, and me and him have had some good talks, and just trying to get him through and stay positive, and it's just fun to see him playing football again and having fun. Like that, like honestly,
like football aside, like just as a person, as a friend, like I just love seeing the guy happy again. So it's been tremendous, and it helps the whole team.
We good, guys?
When you think about your travels to get to Wyoming, right? And the thoughts that you might go into the military out of high school and not even go to college, to look at where you are now, I mean, do you ever think back to how much your life changed in the last few years?
Yeah. I don't know. I think about it actually a lot, probably more than people think. You know, the military was such a life goal and dream. And now to be playing college football at the highest level, it's like, you know, I'm just very fortunate and very blessed because I know that there's, you know, probably millions of kids out there that would love to be doing what I'm doing each day. So I'm very fortunate for that. But, you know, I'll never lose sight of that dream either. So and everything I do, you know, obviously the goal is definitely to play at the next level. But if that can't happen, then I know that that'll be my route someday. But to have been able to come here and have the opportunity from Coach Bull, I mean, I'll never be able to thank him enough because what he did wasn't only for me. You know, it's been really cool to see all the kids from my high school start going out and playing sports now. You know, I think that has kind of helped just like, you know, give a small town, you know, a chance and a vision. And everybody's been going out. And, you know, now I have a buddy that's going to be a pitcher at Miami, Ohio. And my buddy that's a year younger than me is grad transferred to a D1 FCS at Eastern Illinois to be a punter. So it's really cool to see kind of what's happened. And I really credit Coach Bull and his staff for letting that happen.
Because if I remember right, you were the first kid from your school to go to a Division I school and play football, right? It had never happened before.
Yeah, there was, I think way back there was, and shoot, maybe I don't want to say way back, but before I was born for sure, there was like a third string. Somebody was a kicker at Ohio State, but I don't think he played. I don't know how long he played, but to like legitimately go and play, yeah. So it was all.
Are you a
hero
hero when you go back home? Do they have parades for you back home?
They don't have parades for me, but it's fun to talk to everybody. They want to talk, so it's cool, you know. But I mean that you got to enjoy the experience and small town. So usually when I get home, I have plenty of people saying, "Oh, hey, you're home," and I'm like, "Man, I only got a week. Like I'll try to see everybody, but I got family I got to see first." So.
Garrett, you and Trey, he's a super senior. You're going to just be a super senior, I think is how we're classifying it.
Yeah. You've spent some time thinking about that. I see your tweets, so.
At least someone sees them.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, when you have 18-year-olds coming in and some of them are 17, like, is it weird to, like, relate? Like, you are in a very different part of your life than they are.
I know. It was weird. I get kind of jealous of them sometimes because they'll just hop into a workout. They show up like 10 minutes early. They're hopping, they're fine. And, you know, I'm getting here at like 5 in the morning, an hour before, trying to stretch out and be able to get out and walk. So it's like, geez, I'm jealous of that. But no, it's, you know, they're not in the tubs either that late like I am. But no, it is kind of different because they're so much younger. But you just kind of got to get over it and just, you know, they're your brother and it is what it is, you know. But it's certainly fun to at least think you're giving them some words of advice and wisdom. And that's one thing I've noticed is like when like I used to talk to guys like Jake Hollister and Lucas Waka and stuff when I first got here. Chase Roulier, they kind of showed me the way. And so now I see guys coming to me, so it's like flipped. Now I'm that guy. And so I do take it as a big responsibility, and I try to be the best role model I can for a lot of those young guys in all position groups. So I think it's most important not to be just settled into the O-line, D-line. That's a comfortable area. So, you know, reaching out to guys from every position, I try to be close with everyone. And I think for the most part, our team does a really good job of that. So,
have you had like a get off my lawn moment with any younger guys?
Nah, we've been good for the most part. I would say everything's been pretty straight. But I mean, there's some times where some young guys, I mean, you obviously are there for them and everything, but sometimes being brutally honest and maybe not always the nicest way is the way you have to approach things. But that's also done out of love, and I make sure that they know that, and they do know that. But sometimes, like, you can ask some of the young DNs if you ever talk to them, and they get the point. So it is what it is. But they know I love them. So you have Jalen Pate. Jalen Pate probably told you that.
Do you ever like overhear a conversation and you're like, I have no idea what they're talking about? Like whether it's like a pop culture thing or like a music thing.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, definitely. There's times where I mean, yeah, no, that maybe that makes me feel old actually, but I like to always learn the new cool thing. I mean, shoot, I didn't even know, like, when TikTok first came out, I didn't even know what was happening. So I don't really like get all into that. And then people are like, no, it's the dance, dude. And I was like, I have no idea what this dance is. So there's definitely been some instances of that. But yeah, I
Not
know
to,
on that.
not to go to a horrible note like this, but Tony Evans Jr. obviously was murdered earlier this week. I know you didn't meet him, but this is two recruits in 3 years. As captain on this team, I mean, just what are the emotions like when something like that happens? I mean, can you even put it into words?
I mean, no, you can't. It's sad because I never got a chance to know him. But I know some of the guys on our team did. I don't know. It's hard to talk about. I never knew the kid, but it makes you tear up because obviously our coaches spoke highly about him, and being able to experience and grow like I have here in Wyoming, I would have loved to be able to be that guy's teammate and just been able to help him these 6 months I've been here with him. But right now, it was hard to hear from the whole team. But right now, I mean, I just pray for his family and just hope that they know once you're a Cowboy, you're always a Cowboy and you're always in our family. So I hope his family knows from our team and the whole state that they'll always be one of us. And so I hope to see him at a game sometime and be able to connect with him.